We are amazing because our passion is limitless and our drive is intense. Therefore, you will not deny our grind. You are now listening to the Faith, Grind, and Inspire podcast.
Welcome back to another great episode of Faith, Grind, Inspire podcast. I am your host, Gene Alert.
And I am Jeffrey Patrick, the co-host with the most and the toast.
And the toast. I love that one, man. So we're live at the Garden, Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Home of the Knicks, right?
Fire.
So we'll find out what they
not
do.
In the basement. We're
not in the basement. Not in the basement, right? So today we have a very special guest, my man, David Germain.
Germain.
A proven winner.
DG. Proven winner.
Yeah, man. So thank you for coming on the show, being a guest.
Yeah,
you know?
Definitely.
So what's going on with you, brother?
Well, I want to first say, give God the glory. I want to thank you. I mean, look at you, man. Big things going on. You at the Garden, man. I'm a Brooklyn boy. We at the Garden.
We at the Garden, man. You know what this means for
crazy.
us guys in Brooklyn and the Bronx.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, salute to you.
No, man. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Grateful to be here.
Thank you. Shout out to Cumulus, right? And the OG Podcast Network for allowing us to be here. And
the deal is real.
Yeah, the deal is real, man.
That's
so,
right.
Nice.
Thank you. But you know what? It's important because it's people understand, especially nowadays, they understand that you need real people. Yeah. You need to have real conversations. Right. The world is going crazy. So people need to understand authentic interview and have conversation with authentic people.
Correct. People
that are accessible on the daily, right? That's why Cumulus and OG Podcast Network keep the show on air. Nice. Because they're like, look, they're bringing real people. They're engaging. People. These are the real voice of the people. Like, I didn't go to school for journalism. Did you?
No, I did not. It's
See?
totally different. Different.
And so we're just real entrepreneurs. We're real grinders, and we're real stories. And
I'm in medical school,
and he's in medical school now,
wow.
right?
Nice.
You know, and so bringing guys like you just coming on and talking.
No,
and
people who lived it
and live it, man.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's more important.
So
than anything
applaud
else.
to you, brother.
Thank you.
You were in the place for that reason.
Yeah. So Faith Grind Inspire is all about the mindset. Amen. So we talk about the mindset on the show, and we talk about your journey. Right? Yeah. And we talk about, so tell the people who you are and a little bit about your story.
Wow.
And then I'll have a bag of questions for you after that. All right.
Wow. So, my name is David Germain. I'm the son of an immigrant. So my mother, she came here just like most immigrants. My mother's from Jamaica. My father's from Haiti. And, it's not like, with most immigrants, especially what's going on now in the country with 45.
The administration.
And everybody comes here for an opportunity.
Yes.
Right? Everybody comes to this country for an opportunity.
Yes.
And, my mom had me. And next thing you know, we were doing okay. And then my father, who was he was a Vietnam War veteran. And unfortunately, just like most veterans who have post-traumatic stress disorder and other situations, he couldn't maintain a job. Like a lot of the people who went to fight that war, Muhammad Ali was one of the people who said, I'm not fighting that war. And unfortunately, he fought that war, and when he came back, he could not hold down the job anymore. And unfortunately, at that time, I think him and my mom probably separated, and he left my life at 5 years old. So here it is now, you go from a two-parent household to a two-income household where now you lost an income and now we're on welfare and food stamps. And here it is, my mom on a teacher's salary at the time, pretty much
nothing.
Right. Teachers back then were severely underpaid.
Yeah.
So here it is, I'm in third grade, and the unthinkable happens. I get hit by a car.
Oh, my God. Jeez.
A guy was actually trying to run, when the light goes from yellow to red.
Yeah.
Yellow means to slow down.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he decided to speed up, and I got hit by a car. Thank God I don't look like what I've been through. I'm not disformed, but I do have a steel plate in my chin, so I'm kind of like Kanye West, if you remember Through the Wire.
Yeah.
So
you was feeling that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
So next thing you know, now I got a settlement, right? And thank God, I survived everything. I got a settlement. And
yeah, thank God for that, bro.
The settlement I got was about $100,000. I couldn't touch the money until I was 18, so it was put in a trust. Right? So now I turned 18, and, you know, like most teenagers, we think we know it all. Right?
Going for the...
And I didn't know diddly squat. And here we are, we're living in a 2-bedroom apartment, and I didn't have a father figure or anybody to teach me about finance. Right? So a lot of us say, oh, when we get money, what's the first thing we're going to do with our money? Right? And growing up in the hood in East Flatbush, Brooklyn, shout out to Brooklyn, my hood. Nobody taught me about investing. Nobody taught me about finance and money.
You want to get blinged out, though.
Oh, so the guys who got respect in my community were the hustlers, drug dealers.
Bling out.
I'm talking about
The guys with the
80s
spinners.
Brooklyn, 80s Brooklyn,
Yeah,
The
90s
BBSs.
That's right.
This is pre-gentrified Brooklyn.
Yeah, nah.
Right?
We talking about big wheeling.
This is when, you know, if you remember Juice and
Yeah, nah.
New Jack City.
Yeah,
this
nah,
is
nah,
how
nah,
it really
nah,
was
nah.
back then.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, here it is now. Those are the guys who got the respect and the juice on the street. And next thing I know, if you could take it back to 1993, right? What were the hot cars back then?
What you got? Benz.
The Maxima.
The Maximas,
The Acura Legend.
the Acura Legend.
Yeah, act legend.
Man, yo, right?
Yeah.
So, you know what I went and got? The first thing we do, I got a Maxima, right? Next thing you know, now I bought the car, then I'm buying the rims, and then I'm buying the TVs and the sound system. And long story short, when you get the car, then you got to get the fly clothes.
Got
You
to.
got to get the jewels.
Got
And
to.
I end up blowing $90,000
Wow.
within 4 months.
90?
$90,000 in 4 months?
In 4 months.
Oh.
As an 18-year-old.
As an 18-year-old. And this is what happens when...
I have to fight back tears right now.
Me too.
I got to fight back the tears right now, man. You lost 90 G's in 4 months. That hurts.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's one of my failures. I'll tell you the rest.
All right.
But but it's a learning experience.
All right,
Yeah.
let's go.
So now I'm down to my last 10,000. And remember, as a minor, you know, I had to have a joint account with my parent and my mom, sorry. And she said, boy, you so stupid. That money was supposed to be either for college or to buy a house. And, you know, at 18 years old, I wasn't thinking about buying a house at 18 years old. I wasn't thinking about college. I'm thinking about, you know,
Now.
Yeah,
you know,
bling.
I was broke my whole life. I couldn't get a pair of Jordans. I had to work from the time I was 12. My mom couldn't buy me a bike. You know, Nintendo, I had to go work and save my money. You know, I had it rough. So I just want to start living.
Right.
And next thing you know, it's so funny how one decision can set you forward 20 years and one bad decision can set you back 20 years. And because my mother forcefully took the 10,000, she invested and bought a house in an area called Park Slope, Brooklyn, and used that money for the down payment on an FHA loan, which is 3% down. And that, we bought it in 1993 for $130,000,
Wow.
which now is minutes away from the Barclays Center. Now,
Millions.
fast forward to 2019, what do you think that house is worth
Yeah,
today?
that's
At least 2.5.
at least.
At least. Right?
Yeah, millions.
So this is why I'm so passionate, because I'm actually living proof, right?
Yeah.
Because they say in the Bible, a wise man or woman leaves an inheritance for their children.
Yeah, man.
And because of that one decision of buying a property, now my life has me, my brother, my sister's life, all have become so much easier, because now that one property, when the equity went up, we were able to take the equity out to buy another property.
Do things.
Another property.
Do things. Yeah.
When it was all said and done, we were able to buy 5 properties.
What?
Exactly. From that one.
From that one.
Exactly.
And we don't realize
Leverage.
the game of Monopoly, when we played as a kid,
Yeah.
that is truly the blueprint for
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
That's the real path to financial freedom.
Yeah.
And I can say now I'm financially free because of that decision, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, when you climb up the mountaintop, you want to now help others get up the mountaintop. And I know that the way to do that is through real estate, right? So I'll go through my second financial, because we're talking about financial literacy. And, you know, now my mom passed away in 2011.
My condolences.
And thank you. And at that time I felt my life was over because now I don't have that confidant or that person to give me the knowledge, that wisdom, coaching.
Yeah.
Now, thank God she had life insurance. So we got about $400,000 from the life insurance in 2011. My mom passed March 5th, 2011, right? So now I'm like, okay, I got a little more financial education. I realized I'm not going to blow $90,000 like I did when I was 18. I'm going to now try to invest, and I want to be an entrepreneur. But I wasn't ready. I didn't have an entrepreneur mindset. This is why mindset is so key. See, a blessing, if it comes too early, it becomes a curse if you're not prepared for it. And a lot of times in life, we try to, fast forward and skip steps. And the pathway to success is taking one step at a time, because if you get to the top, or you get something, like if you give a Lamborghini to a 16-year-old, now that blessing has now become a curse, because now they're not going to respect it. You understand?
I don't know if you guys ever seen Master Killer. Is that the name of the movie? Or is it the Kung Fu Master? It slips me now. But anyway, he comes into the Shaolin Temple and he wants to skip rank and go to the top.
Master Killer.
It's Master Killer, right? He wants to go to the top. But when he gets to the top, there's a whole nother. They had to send him back down.
They sent him back down.
Correct. You just hit the nail on the head, King. You just hit the nail on the head, because that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
when you're not prepared for the blessing that comes your way, and we got to go through those trials and tribulations, and we got to learn before we can earn. Right?
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
You learn, you take the L off, and now you earn.
Yeah,
but you got to learn first. A lot of times you want to earn before we learn.
Yeah, no, that's not a good look.
Right?
It's not a good look.
I love it.
Now, I try to invest in a restaurant because, I met these guys. They looked like they were sharp dudes, and, they had a restaurant in Manhattan on Bleecker Street called the Muscle Pot Restaurant. And I decided to partner. They were like, we could partner together. And rule of investing is, if you have capital, you don't invest your whole capital.
Never.
You want to invest. Now I understand this, but at that time, I didn't understand the principles and the rules behind investing. And guess how much I invested into this restaurant?
$350.
I invested $300 out of the $400K.
I knew it.
Right? Because I just wanted to get in and get a business so bad. And I thought restaurant business was going to be a great profit-producing business. And I'm letting you know right now,
bro,
restaurant business is one of the hardest businesses to actually
I wish I knew you, man.
I wish I knew you back then, too.
I would have told you, don't do it.
Don't do it.
But I did it, right?
But you did it.
Hurricane Sandy came in 2012. And
what was the restaurant?
174 Bleecker Street. Was called the Muscle Pot. It's now out of business.
Yeah, it's out of business.
Right? And I lost my money with that.
You invested in that particular location.
Correct.
Oh, so you gave $300,000 to a business that was already established.
Correct. Thinking that they were already making money. But you see, here's another thing.
You just floated them.
Men lie. Women lie. But guess what don't lie?
Numbers. Numbers never lie, man.
I didn't look underneath the hood. See, a lot of times we buy a car, it looks great on the outside, but I didn't look underneath the hood and check the engine. I didn't know that they were
check
in debt.
The brakes.
I didn't know that they had all these other issues going on. So I was basically the bailout package. And they take advantage of my ignorance. My naiveness at the time. But you know what? That's another learning experience. Failure is just learning. It's not failure, it's just learning.
We've come to that conclusion.
Right?
Failure doesn't mean you're a loser.
Correct. It made me wiser now.
Giving up makes you a loser. That's what Jeff said. I'm the good guy.
So now this is 2012. I lose my money. So I lost my mom in 2011.
1 year
I lose
later.
my money in 2012.
Wow.
I'm working for the Board of Education at the time as a paraprofessional for 15 years. And one day, my boss says, David, we no longer need your services because they have budget cuts. So I'm like, I just now lost my job. And I came to work early. I leave late. And just like that, they had control over my whole finances. Right? And now I'm like, why can I lose my job when I had the money? I lost my job after I lost everything.
Yeah, man.
Right? So now I hit rock bottom on unemployment for the first time in my life. I got a mortgage to pay. I got a car note to pay. And I'm like, I couldn't even feed myself. Because anybody who knows about unemployment, they're not paying a lot for a month.
What?
I mean, it's
Come
crazy
on. Come on.
what they're giving you.
Yeah, what are you, crazy?
So now this is where, because what happens now when your back is against the wall and you have, because, you know, it was Les Brown. He said, if you fall, and even if you fall back and you hit the wall or the floor, as long as you can look up, because now I'm at rock bottom. The only thing that can happen now is just to go up, right? But it's not. It's to now have that faith, because I love what you have: faith, inspire, grind, right? Those are the things that got me out of my situation when I hit rock bottom in 2013, because I was hungry, man.
Yeah.
And I got an opportunity where I met the CEO of Rapid Realty at the time. His name is Anthony Lally.
Yeah. Anthony.
Shout out to Anthony Lally. Thank you. You changed my life. Also, Rico.
Rico,
he was my
yes.
broker at the time, and
Rico.
you know, I went and he said that that he was giving out free licenses, meaning you can go out and get a real estate license. And after I lost my job, I said, you know what? I'm not going to let anybody ever have that kind of control over my finances ever again.
Yeah.
After I gave 15 years of my prime years on a job that didn't even respect me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's pause for a second right here, right?
Yes, sir.
You work for the city?
The city that's
He
supposed
said,
to
he said the Board of Ed, right?
Yeah, DOE.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what he said.
So, like,
Shout out to John Jay High School. We won the championship in 2007 as a coach, too.
this is like
Yeah,
something that, you know.
basketball?
Yes, sir.
All right. Go ahead.
So
Jay.
this is like something that you hear, you know, growing up. It's like people like, get a city job, get a government
Yeah,
job. It's
now-
the safest thing. Like, work there, you get your pension. You're gonna still get a pension because you worked there over 10 years.
I don't even qualify for that.
Oh my God!
You gotta
So
do 20.
20. Oh, wow. So anyway, so it's like the safest job, and they let you go because of a budget cut.
Listen, I saw my mother, who also was a teacher for she taught 32 years. And I saw they were trying to actually literally, how do I say, give her a hard time, because now she's making over 6 figures as a teacher, and the principal was now trying to get her to retire early.
Yes.
In order so they can hire
Somebody cheaper.
Two
Two or three more people.
new teachers straight out of college with no experience, and they gave my mother hell. And I seen this, and I said, you know what? I'm not gonna be like my mom. She came to work every day, faithfully, rain, sleet, or snow. She
Yeah, I
loved the
know.
kids.
She's
I love
Jamaican.
the kids. Oh yeah.
You ain't gotta explain no more to me. I'm Jamaican.
Oh,
so
yeah?
yeah, definitely. So I
So
know.
there's Jamaican, we got Haitian. That's that. Yeah, I'm the mixture of all three of you guys.
You're the synergy right
You're the
there.
synergy, right?
Exactly.
But man, all right. So continue. So you said you never will have somebody control.
Yeah, so that's when I said, you know what, I'm going to take matters into my own hands,
Yeah.
and I'm going to. And I remember, you know, when I lost my job, everybody said, you know what, you should go out and get another job. Right? Well, guess what? I listened to them, and I did that. I got work. I was working at the Barclays Center when they first opened up. Now I had got an all backstage pass, where now I'm the loading dock manager there. And thank you for the opportunity, Dr. Mr. Anderson. Anyway, he's no longer there. He's at the Staples Center now. And, you know, here it is. I got another job, but because I was so nice and I could let anybody in with my VIP, because now that everybody knew that I worked at the Barclays Center.
We in there. We in there.
Whenever Rihanna or Beyonce or the Brooklyn Nets were playing, man, Dave, man, listen.
You the plug.
I'm the plug. My phone was, I mean, I wasn't even in real estate yet, and my phone was just blowing up, right?
Crazy.
So after that, they said, David, we no longer need your services.
Yeah.
And that was the catalyst where I said, you know what? I can't put my faith in the job anymore.
Yeah,
I got to now put my faith in and believe in myself. And that's when
Invest in yourself.
Invest in yourself. There you go. But you also got to believe in yourself, right? And
No.
just like you guys, right? And next thing you know, I went and I took my real estate license. I failed the test twice.
Really?
I'm like, here it is. I need the money, and I failed it twice. But I took it again the third time, and I passed it the third time because nobody remembers when you fail, right? They only know that you passed.
Exactly.
And now that I passed, I remember my first day in the office. Never forget it. Shout out to Louisa Mathis. A girl by the name of Louisa Mathis closed 3 rental deals in the office my first day, and I seen her make $8,000 in one day.
I know you was
closing.
like, wait a minute.
I said, wait a minute. What do you have to do?
Yeah.
She said, oh, you got to get a website where you could advertise. At the time, it was a website called Naked Apartments, and you got to take a picture, right? Take picture, you advertise the apartment online, get a little description, and then all of a sudden, your phone starts to ring. And I remember my first client, it was an attorney. He called me my third day in the office because I did exactly what Louisa Mathis did.
Right away.
And third day, my phone started ringing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And now I took him out on an appointment. He said it was in Bed-Stuy. Now it's Bread-Stuy. And he loved it. And I landed my deal, and I landed 5 deals in a row. That month, I made over $10,000 in my first month in real estate.
First month in real estate.
But I was hungry. I was coming to the office way before everybody else.
Yeah,
When the office opened up at 10, I was there at 6 o'clock in the morning. When everybody left around 8, 9 o'clock, I was there till 10, 11 o'clock. Because I had to get out of my situation. I had to.
Let's paint another picture, right? Because that's the positive side. Did you get a paycheck doing that same work?
A paycheck. I earned commission. I didn't.
Let them know that. But that's what I'm saying. Let them know that.
Between
you
working a job, because look, me and you, we can work at the same job. And let's just say you are a stellar employee. You come into work early. You leave late. You don't even take take a lunch break. You actually won Employee of the Month.
Yeah, you're
Employee of the Month. Gene Alert is the Employee of the Month.
Here it is. I'm on the same job with you, right? And I'm a little lazy. I come into work late. I leave late early, and I take a 2-hour lunch break. But when we both get paid every Friday.
Same thing.
What's going to be the difference between your check and mine?
Nothing.
Because a job only pays you based on what the job is worth. They're not going to pay you according to what you are worth.
Yeah, that is a big deal.
People think we get paid by the hour. You get paid by the value that you bring to the hour.
I like that.
It's true.
Right? Yeah. And can we increase our value?
Yo, my father used to tell me this. You treat every job as if you own the business. You see what I'm saying? So to increase the value, so when it is time to cut, they're not cutting you because they like, yo, this guy, you're so valuable that they can't get rid of you.
That's correct.
But no, I wanted to talk about the whole commission thing because people were like,
they told me I was crazy. Let me tell you. All my friends and family said, "You're going into real estate? That's a commission-based business. You know, you need a stable check." But you know, Einstein said that creativity is actually more important than intelligence. And what happens when you have a steady check, it actually shuts your brain off from being creative, right? Because now you're relying on this check, and you don't understand that. You know, commission, that means it's unlimitless.
It's limitless.
You could make as much as you want, and you could also make
as little
as you want. It's based on your efforts, because the same scenario I talked about where we're on the same job and yet you work twice as hard as me, and I'm sure there's a lot of people listening on jobs where you're like, man, I do all the work and I don't get none of the recognition, but yet they get all the pay.
I get no bonuses.
Right? No bonuses.
No raises.
No.
Yo, people work for raises. You know, it's just like, do what the other person. If you're not getting a raise, don't do no more and start working. Let your job be your side hustle. You know what I mean? And leverage your job.
You're being leveraged.
Yeah, you're being leveraged.
You're actually a tax write-off to the job.
Exactly.
Right.
You are a tax write-off to the entrepreneur, the business owner,
the CEO that owns that company.
Yeah.
And you're expendable at any time.
Exactly.
You know, but this is what was taught to us in schools. You know, go to school, get education, and then work for somebody else. We're not taught to learn 7 different streams of income. We're not taught about investing in real estate. We're not taught about, investing in stocks, getting stock options, bonds, trusts, artwork. The things that really appreciate. We don't know the difference between assets and liabilities. Shout out to one of my business partners, Jatali Bennington.
She's been a guest on the
Kids
show.
Who Bank.
Kids Who Bank.
And Financially Clean. Shout out to Dion Nichols, my fiance as well. And her, they running a financial literacy where they're in the schools because we have to change the narrative for real. And I'm glad that Mayor. I hope he becomes a mayor.
Eric Adams.
Yeah,
that's my guy.
He's trying to implement now a bill where they're going to start having financial literacy in the schools.
Yeah.
And I was there for the initial offer, and I can't wait till it passes because other states are actually implementing this as we speak. Because you have a lot of people like, I'll give example. You have so many people that have college degrees, master's degree, and that's great. I'm never knocking education, but they're smart, but they don't understand how to write, to invest or, make other streams of income.
You ask them what a Roth IRA is, they don't know.
Well, that, and also I learned John Paul Getty, who owned Getty gas stations, said I'd rather have 1% of 100 people's effort than to have 100% of my own effort. Because when we work a job and you get sick, or you can't come to the job anymore, or you get laid off, you just lost 100% of your income. But when you become an entrepreneur and you have others working for you, now you're leveraging them and you're getting a piece. I'm a broker, right? I'm a real estate broker. So if I have 20 agents and I'm getting a piece of everybody's, so I'm here at the radio station with you guys. I'm on your beautiful podcast. My agent's out in the field as we speak.
Doing it.
So I still earning money while we sleep.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But
that's the key.
And investing in your capital, because we got to be intentional. Just like when you get your check, if you notice, for those who work a job, W-2, when you get a check, you get federal taxes, state taxes, city taxes, right? You got Medicaid. I forgot what else coming. It's been so long since I got a check.
Social Security.
Blah, blah, blah. All of these things are already taken out of your check. The boss that you work for is very intentional with their money. They know as soon as they get it, this. We have to be the same way, right? Because if we don't be intentional with our money, where we're investing it and having our money work for us, because your money will always work harder than you can ever work for your money, right? But we're not taught that, and that's purposely done. The school system's purposely done because they want you to be in the factory line working for somebody else and stop you from living your dreams. Everybody here is one idea away from being a millionaire.
They're training and they're raising employees,
Yeah.
And so talking about investing, right? Let's talk about gap funding. Yeah.
So now I'm a licensed real estate instructor, and besides that, getting a real estate license is one of the key things, because once I got my license, I started renting apartments and also selling houses. And as I started renting apartments, I would talk to the landlords who own these buildings, right? And, eventually when you get to the closing table, as we say in real estate, you start, even though I would make a commission, and I make a pretty good commission, I'm looking at the investor or the landlord who just bought that building and how much they just made from flipping that house. And I'm saying to myself, holy cow, I need to be on the other side of the closing table, where now, yes, I don't mind selling you a house, but if you just bought it for, let's say, $500,000 and you just sold it for $1.5 million, and all you did was put $300,000 worth of work in, so you're in it for $800,000, and now you just made a quick $700,000. Yes, I'm happy to sell your $1.5 million house, and I make a good $80,000 to $100,000 check if I sell your house. But at the same time, you just made $700,000. I think I need to be on the other side. So I'm learning by being in real estate and getting my license. I'm around investors, and I get to be around real life millionaires for real. I'm around developers. And why do they want realtors to help them? Because they need to find more properties. They want to find more dilapidated properties, distressed properties, so that they can have their money continue to work for them. This is the true way to wealth. This is the true way to actually being financially free. So with gap funding, I'll use an iPhone for example, right? Everybody knows the iPhone X, right? That's out.
The big thing.
It goes for $1,000 in the store, right? So let's just say you had a connection or a way to get that phone for $200, right? So now you're able to get that phone for $200. Now, if you're a smart businessman or woman, would you buy just one phone, knowing that the market value for that phone is $800, and you can get it for $200?
Yeah, you get 4 of them.
So, how much would you buy?
If it's 1,000, it's 200. I'll get 5.
All right, so you buy 5, right? So 5 times 2 is what? $1,000, right? That's what it would cost to actually purchase and acquire the phone, and you know that you can sell it on the market for $1,000. So what's the profit margin on that?
Wow.
$800, right? So now, if you're a smart investor, because now I learned Warren Buffett and all these other guys, just like when they do an IPO or anything like that, they're not using their money. They use OPM, which is other people's money. So if you know that you can get the phone for $200, and you're going to buy 5 of those phones, and I said to you, you know what?
You double up like
I'll give you 20% return, right? If you lend me $1,000. I know what I'm going to do with that $1,000. I'm going to buy those 5 phones. I said to you, bro, I got a way. If you want to make some money with me, I'm going to give you 20% return on your $1,000. What would you say to me?
I would say, yeah, let's do it, because I'm gonna make me a nice profit,
right?
From $200.
So you're gonna make $200,
yeah,
right, off of your $1,000.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win, right?
Yeah.
Now he's making money off his money. His money's working, and I'll make it, and I get the $1,000. Now I can buy those 5 phones, and now my profit margin is what? $800.
$800 per phone.
Now $800 per phone. What's the math on that? My mental
8 times
math.
what? 8 times what? 4?
8
No,
times
8
5
Bro, 80,
is
40. 40.
Yeah, 40.
Yeah, 40,000.
So now I'm gonna give you $200, right? Because I got to pay you back the money that you just invested.
And you
in
made
me.
$4,000.
And I just made the money that I made off of selling the phones. Did I use my own money? Just think about it.
No.
I didn't use my own money. I created a win-win situation.
Yeah.
That's what gap funding is. Wow. And guess what? It's perfectly legal.
Yeah, of course it is. That's what everybody does.
See,
yeah. Well, when I say everybody, I'm talking about the guys who are in that space, you know?
Correct.
Yeah. Because everybody did it. Yeah, the money guys.
The money guy. That's very interesting.
Oh, yeah. And if it makes sense, it makes dollars.
Yeah, I hear you.
And that's what investors do. They don't use their own capital to buy properties. They use OPM, other people's money, to buy these properties. And then if I got to give you 20% return in order for me to buy a house that I know can, all right, so I buy the house at 500, but I know that I can sell it for 1.5. I mean, it's a win-win situation.
You come off like a fat cat with that.
I just gave everybody here that's listening some $1 million jewels, man. I should be charging people.
You should, man. But that's what we do at the Faith Ground Inspire, man. We try to educate the people. So now here's the thing, right? Someone's listening and they're just like, but how do you find these other people's money? I'm around 5 people that can't even buy ice.
Man, you hitting the nail on the head. So here I am.
A nice dinner.
You just said the right thing, right? Because, I'm broke. 2013, I had nothing. I was actually owing because I had to live off my credit cards. My credit took a hit, everything. But because of me getting my real estate license, it put me in position to now where I'm talking with landlords, investors who have $1 million. And I'm a curious person. I said, how did you acquire your property? How did you buy this property? And guess what? That's how I got into the pool, so to speak, with all of these sharks and millionaires, for real. And now, just like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, you got to start changing your circle. You got to start changing your circle. And because I got my real estate license, it put me in a different circle of people. You know, hanging around with investors, developers. You know, going to network mixers, and you know, being around real, you know, some serious
Money.
serious money. Because you know, these investors, they need realtors to find them deals.
Yeah, they do.
That's it.
That's why I'm around them. And once they say you're the sum total of the 5 people you talk to the most. In my phone, I'm talking to investors daily. So after a while, if I'm talking to millionaires who want me to find them $2.2 million properties and 1.5, I got some properties right now for sale. Anybody too right now. I'm actually trying to get rid of 4. So if you want to get involved, I got 4 properties right now. One in Fort Greene for 2.2. It's worth 3.6 million. Right. So if you're an investor, okay. I got I got 2 in Bed-Stuy. All the ARVs, meaning after repair values, are all distressed vacant properties. And if you want a joint venture, which is partner, the investor is actually given 60% return once a house is fixed, and you can buy in right now if you actually want to get involved. So I got some deals for anybody who wants to invest. That's what I do. I create win-win situations for everybody involved.
Definitely.
That's what a broker does. I'm just the middleman.
Yeah.
Right, you're a broker. Broker that deal.
Exactly.
So, how are you dealing with, or what are you hearing, because you are around people who own multiple properties? Yeah. How are they dealing with the new laws with the whole rent stabilization and
oh man, you talking about what's really going on in these streets?
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
So
it's real, man.
It's for real, and it's it's really sad what's going on because I have so many clients that come to me. I had a mom the other day call me. She said, "I've been in Bed-Stuy for 30 years. My kids grew up here. My mom and my dad grew up here, and what happened?" She had a 3-bedroom apartment where she was paying $1,300. Right? This is a long time ago, but now that same 3-bedroom in Bed-Stuy, you can get it $3,000 to $4,000 for that same 3-bedroom.
That's easy.
And while she was there, if she was smart, she could have saved her money and used the money to get a house. Right? But unfortunately, a lot of us we don't know the difference between assets and liabilities. And now that lady, the landlord raised the rent, said, "Look, I want to raise the rent. I want to get market rate for this apartment. Is it her apartment or is it the landlord's apartment?"
It's the landlord's apartment.
And unfortunately, what a lot of landlords are doing, they can't legally kick you out. So, what talks in America?
Money.
Right? So if I offer you 10, 15, 20, 40, 50,
what?
Even up to $100K.
What?
To move. Just take your stuff and go. Right? They're going to make that money back easy on the rental.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, if you're on that side of the coin, you're the victim. Wow. And so many people, you got so many people in New York City that are being bought out, pressured out, right? Because the landlord knows that they can get way above market for what they're currently getting, especially in rent stabilized. They can't get you out of it, but they can buy you out. And a lot of people are taking the money and running.
Now, with the new laws, it doesn't give the owners any incentive to even do that because they can't raise. Even if you get the person out $1,300, you kick the person out or you buy the person
you can't
out.
Kick them out, but
you buy them out. You renovate the apartment. You only could increase the new rent to 8% higher than the $1,300. That's it.
Well,
which is nothing. And so
that's if you're in a building because there's two types of landlords. There's private landlords who own 2-family, 3-family, and 4-family.
This is for 4 and above.
Right. If you're talking about those management companies that have the big buildings that have like 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 apartments, the laws, as you just said, are different. But when you're a landlord who owns two, three, four family,
this has nothing to do with them.
Right.
No, I'm talking about.
I just want to make sure we have a distinction.
Yes. This is for 4 and above, and so the game has changed now because a lot of the guys that I'm dealing with, they're talking about they're not renovating their apartments,
and it's purposely done. Now think about it, right?
Now there's going to be a shortage.
If I want you out of my apartment. And you have a problem with your toilet or your stove,
I ain't fixing
or
that.
your roof,
I ain't fixing it.
or your flooring.
No way.
And I know that you're not paying market rate rent.
Yeah, you forget about
They
it.
purposely don't fix it so that you can become so frustrated that you want to move.
Get out of here.
And the minute that you move, I've seen it time and time again. You come back to that same apartment a month later.
Crispy.
You will see stainless steel appliances, hardwood floors.
Crispy.
You know, I mean, dishwasher.
That happened across the street.
Crispy.
It was a business, but they wanted to just fix the bathroom and piping and stuff, and they just was like, no, we're not fixing it. As soon as they left, new restaurant, brand new everything. I was like, wow. So I mean, so talking about that, so. How do you overcome, like, what mindset do you have that to overcome failures and like any type of, because there was a lot of things that you learned and you went through a lot of trials and tribulations in your life. Like, what mindset, how did you overcome those things?
How do I overcome those? One, faith in God, right? Because you can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. The verses that really, and I have it on my Facebook, Matthew 6 verse 33, where it talks about do not worry about tomorrow, because you cannot, you know, if you think about the birds and everything, they don't know how they're going to eat, right? But because God loves us so much, he will always provide. Even though we may not be able to provide for ourselves, but he will bring angels or people that will provide for you.
You know what? You mentioned birds, but you know what always fascinates me? That the duck will fly south in the winter and he doesn't have a PhD. He has no degree, but he knows that.
And they do it every time,
like,
right?
Wait a minute. Right?
Exactly.
Wow.
And they do it as a team.
Yes. And, you spoke about the next thing, team, together. The acronym for that is together, everyone achieves more. See, I noticed that a lot of the successful people that I know have never became successful by themselves. Life is a team sport. You cannot become successful by yourself. I don't care what you do.
Yeah, we talked about that the other day. No one can reproduce on their own.
No one.
You can't.
You got to be able to build a team. But you see, a lot of times
everyone has a
we're
strength.
Taught, me, myself, and I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to do it. No, you need a team. I can't close a deal without an attorney. I can't close a deal without a mortgage company. I can't close a deal without a title company. I can't close a deal without the appraiser.
Inspectors.
Right? I need all of these people on my team just so I could get to the closing table so I can get a check. Right? But I need a team. You got to do it.
Got to do it.
And who's on your team? That's what you got to think about. Who's on your team?
You have to audit your team.
Oh, yeah.
Are your team bringing you up or your team bringing you down?
Exactly.
One of my friends, shout out to Dr. Etienne. He's in the military, right? He's a OIC, officer in charge, right? So he's a top ranking official. As a matter of fact, he's a captain select. He's a captain select. He's soon to be an admiral at some point in his military career. But he's a very interesting man because if you don't follow orders,
discipline is key.
if you don't follow orders with this guy, you're gonna find yourself in trouble. You know what I'm saying? And he's a very stern. He's very sharp, and when you talk to him, and he lets you know that whatever you're doing is not suitable for his team. You know what I'm saying? You can't be on his team if you're not that functional.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You have to be able to get things done. Correct. You have to be able to see things the way that...
And you just brought something that T.D. Jakes once said. He said, you know, I don't have to like you, right? I just need to know that you're effective. Because if you can't get things done, a lot of times we try to partner with people who we like.
Yeah.
But the people who we like may not be effective. And we need people who get the job done. And, you know, we may share different ideologies, religion, whatever. But I know you get the job done. These are the people I want on my team.
Yeah.
The rich mindset.
Yeah. He instills that in me. Like, listen, if they're not functioning on your team like they're supposed to, they have no business on your team.
Get them out of here.
Yeah, there's no need for that.
George Steinbrenner on the Yankees. You don't win, that's it.
Yeah, you out of here.
What did you say a couple episodes back about the New England Patriots?
Oh,
About
their philosophy,
do your job. That's it. Bill Belichick, why he's one of the great, he says, do your job, because when you do your job, the quarterback gets to do his job, the running back does his job, the offensive line. If you don't do your job, it affects everybody else on the team.
Yep. And it's great
That's the
that
model.
you know, not to bring up sports, but you know, I like watching sports because you get to see. I like football.
I love sports.
You know, I didn't grow up around football.
Yeah.
But actually, Jeff actually introduced me to. You don't know this, but Jeff actually introduced me to the world of football and sports because I used to manage and work with his brother. Yeah, he played professional football in the CFL. And so then I got into the NFL and I started working with Giant players or whatever.
Nice.
And but watching football, I always look at things as an analogy, right, for business because I'm obsessed with business.
Yeah.
And you would watch these guys go out and kick ass the first quarter, kick ass the second quarter. When it gets to halftime and they get to regroup, something happens. There's a shift of energy. And then when they come back out, third quarter, that's why, like, even the Golden State Warriors, third quarter is always the most powerful quarter for them.
Yes.
They come back and whip your ass, and they don't let go.
It's a mindset.
It's a mindset. And so I'm always curious. I always tell my wife and whoever is, I would love to be in the locker room
at halftime.
At halftime in the Golden State locker room. Wow. And even during the Super Bowl, when the Patriots, everybody was, I remember people at my house, they left. They're like, there's no way the Patriots are going to win.
They were down 28-3.
28-3. 20. You know how hard it is to come back from 28-3,
especially in the Super Bowl.
In the Super Bowl, the two top teams.
They say never underestimate the heart of a champion.
Yes, and they were calm. It was just like
because they used to adversity.
Everybody was doing their job. That's the point. Everybody was doing their job. You can't function like certain things don't go right when people don't do their job. And then so what happens when you're in a team environment? If everyone does their job, you win the Super Bowl. You get the big checks. You get the endorsements. You get the sponsorships. You get when things happen to people are like, oh, it's luck. It's not luck.
No, there's no such thing.
There's no luck.
People are rewarded in public for what they practice in private. That's bottom line. You see,
it's true.
Everybody that you see success, people say, "Oh man, I wish I was like this person, that person." No, you don't. You don't want to come up. You know, like. If you wanted to see, like,
Jeff says, I don't want your job.
Like everybody says, I want to be like Michael Jordan, right? You want to wake up 5 o'clock in the morning every day?
They don't want to do that.
Work out 3 times every day?
They don't want to do that.
Right? You want to make sure that you investing in your body and eating right every day?
They don't want to do it.
You want to go to all of the classes and do all the lifting of the weight? I mean, his work ethic was tremendous.
Yo, they don't want to do it, man.
But they say they want to be like Mike, though.
They want the accolades. They want the end. Go ahead, Jeff.
I'm sorry. I'm very big on integrity. Integrity.
That's key.
When you think about it, what it really means, right? Integrity means that you will do the right thing even when there's no one watching. You understand?
Which is easier said than done for a lot of people.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
Especially when you get greed and power.
But you feel that's the problem, man. Like a lot of people don't feel you have the feeling, you know you're doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's why you always have to do right and keep going with the integrity. But it's true. It's true. Like, my father always taught me this. In business, he said, you have to have integrity in anything you do. You have to.
Yes.
Because, like, your word is all you got.
It's big.
It's big.
Yes.
If someone goes, if you mess up, screw up one investor, that one investor is tied into all of them.
Oh, yeah.
And all he has to say is, yo, David Germain. Oh, bro, wait, the guy, the Haitian Jamaican guy? I
don't want to get all biblical, but in the Bible, I'm not sure where it says it, but it says, whatever your hands find to do it with all your might.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That goes with everything that we are saying.
Yeah.
You understand? You're not going to do with all your might if you're doing it wrong. You see what I'm saying? It is a rightness to this.
Correct.
There's a rightness.
And it's so funny you said, because, you know, when I
say
started
these
my real estate business, career,
Yeah.
I made sure I created a lot of win-win situations, and I always did deals with integrity. When I was supposed to pay somebody or we supposed to do a split, I made sure, that everybody was taken care of.
Yeah.
That's why people like working with me.
Yeah, no, I
because of
could
the fact
tell that.
I always made sure that everybody's winning.
Nah, I feel that from you, man.
And
definitely.
Sometimes
I feel that
people
from
are so greedy, and the world is full of so much abundance, and everybody has this lack mentality, like,
There's enough
for everybody. And I would share my deals.
This word lack is it's true.
Right?
Yeah.
And I remember going in the office and other agents, and I'm like, I would ask them, hey, can you train me? Or no.
Yeah, nah.
I'm gonna keep these for myself.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's so funny that I was the person, because I know that if I help you, right, get whatever you want, I know. They say, I will get what I want by default, right? So if I help you, eventually I'll get what I want, right? But a lot of times people say, I want to help me first before I get you what you want. So when I'm in the office and I would, people saw how I was closing deals in my first month. And then everybody started talking because my actions was doing the talking. So, and you know what? I could have been like, nah, I'm not going to show you what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Nah, it's just working for me.
Yeah.
You know what I said?
Yeah.
Come on, you a brand new agent. You a Come on, we're going to do this together, right? And because I would help them, show them how to land a deal, and I would even take them on appointments with me, let them see what I'm doing, how I'm really doing it. Next thing you know, right, whenever they had a deal that they needed help on, or they would think of who they would think about
Dave, let me go get
first person they would call.
I'm going to
Dave, man. And then now we all winning again, because now
Proven
when
winners.
I would help them, right, land deals, I would sometimes have too many clients. I can't be in two places at the same time. So I say, yo, Gene, you know what? I got these two clients right now. Here, take one of them. And then we go split it 50-50. And next thing you know, I take my 1 o'clock appointment. He takes my 1 o'clock appointment. Next thing you know, he lands because I showed him how to do it. And now I got a piece of his 52. So I was technically being a broker without realizing it as I was an agent. Meaning because I was helping
exactly.
others. And people know that's honestly the secret to the success.
I hear you, man.
I love it.
By helping others. And
yeah, man.
That's a biblical thing too,
Business tip of the day.
Yes.
Yeah. Help
others.
Yeah, help others, man.
You go to CCC, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Pastor A.R. Bernard, he changed my life.
This is where he records.
Nice,
Yeah,
man.
his Sunday show with the rabbi.
An honor to be in the same place where Dr. A.R. Bernard, man. This man is a man of wisdom.
Yes.
A lot of people pray for more money, but I pray for more wisdom. Solomon, the richest person in the Bible, prays for more wisdom and knowledge and understanding.
Well, God asked him what he wanted.
Yeah.
I said, what do you want? He could have asked for anything.
Right.
But he asked for wisdom.
That's all.
Makes sense to me.
Makes sense.
Right?
Yeah.
So, 2 more questions.
Yes, sir.
First question is, out of Faith, Grind, Inspire, which one resonates with you?
Faith, of course.
Faith? Okay.
It is impossible to please God without faith. It's impossible to do anything without faith.
I hear you.
Everything that we see today, it took faith to make and build. The clothes that we wear, it was somebody who believed and had a vision and believed when everybody said it was impossible. Like it took faith to even be where you're at in Madison Square Garden. Man, that's great, man.
Yeah, I feel you, Dave.
Faith is definitely, what got me to where I'm at, and I can't do anything without faith. So.
Okay.
I hear you, bro.
And the next question is, what do you think your superpower is?
God. That's it. The Bible. That's my superpower, the basic instructions before leaving Earth. All the secrets of wealth are in the Bible. When you think about Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill or any of these other wealth books, The Richest Man in Babylon.
Yeah, I read it.
They're all by George Clason, for anybody want to know. They all come from the Bible.
Yeah.
All come. Jim Rome, that was another mentor of mine. He trained Tony Robbins.
Yeah. Yep.
So they're out there if you seek it, right? And unfortunately, we have not because we ask not, right? And also, even the word acronym for ask is ask and you shall receive, seek and you shall find, knock and it shall be open. But you just got to go out there and ask the Heavenly Father that you can get the wisdom, because all you need is one idea, right? You got an 11-year-old who made lemonade, and her lemonade is in Whole Foods. Are you hearing this? All it took was we all drink lemonade, but what made her lemonade go in the Whole Foods? Because she had the faith and she went on Shark Tank, right? We all could have did that.
Yeah, true,
right?
true.
Yeah. There was another person at the Kidpreneur Awards that went. This 7-year-old made $300,000 selling slime. You understand?
Yeah,
all it
from
is
YouTube.
Yeah, I know.
Our knowledge and using it. Now we have online and the internet, which I didn't have when I was a kid.
Yeah,
today it's easier for people to be entrepreneurs and make money and have several different incomes if you use what it's for. But not a lot of times we're using it to see people do. We can use TV for good. We can use TV for bad. We can use
like anything else.
Like anything else.
Yeah, like anything else. And we just had that conversation. You can, yeah, definitely.
Like minds think alike.
You're actually, you're actually confirming a lot of subjects and issues that Ash Cash was really getting at. So
that's my that's my brother right there.
Nah, you're definitely on point with that.
Yeah, last week's episode was powerful.
Yeah, affirmation, like
affirmations too. Yes, and believing in yourself, man. Because especially as black men, we really don't like to believe in ourselves, and we don't have a lot of self-love, man. I remember there's a time I didn't believe in myself either.
Yeah,
but having that faith when I got close to God and really being down and out, that's when I started believing in myself. And I'd rather live life taking a risk and fail than to never take a risk. Because the most expensive place in the world is, they say, not the diamond mines in Africa, not the oil fields in the Middle East, it's the graveyard.
Yep.
And I don't want to be one of those people where God put me on this earth, and if he was to take my life today and said, well, what did you do with the talents that I gave you? And I said, oh, well, I buried it. I didn't do anything. People are going to look at you and say, what did you do with the talents that I gave you? And that's what we're going to be judged upon when we get into the pearly white gates of heaven. What did you do with what you were given? And you guys are doing amazing things.
You too, brother. You too.
Yeah.
So where can people find you?
Yeah.
You can find me on Instagram at proven_winners with an S. Proven_winners with an S at Instagram. Or you can just call me. I'll give my number out, 718-812-6428. Or you can go to my website, provenwinnersrealty.com, and you can come check me out. And if you want to learn how to get involved in real estate and get your license, I'm at Knox Foliage Real Estate School at 515 Rogers Avenue in Brooklyn, New York, in Prospect Lefferts Gardens. Come get your license, and you can have your journey, because I actually want you to be better than me, and I want to give back. Yeah. So get your real estate license, invest in yourself, and create different and multiple streams of income.
All right. So thank you again for coming on. Thank you guys for tuning in.
I appreciate that.
We appreciate you guys. Shout out to our producers, Jimmy. Tim.
Come on, get it right.
Oh man,
Jamie.
Tim, JV, Brianna. Shout out to OG Podcast Network.
OG.
Shout out to my
OG.
co-host Jeff.
And G's here.
Big
Just
up to Gene.
Just keep remembering.
Tell him to email me.
Email him. Jeffrey@faithgrindinspire.com. Follow us every week, every Wednesday consistently. We drop a new episode for you. Keep going no matter what.
Exactly.
Yeah.